What's happening, everybody? What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you share. Hit the little bell up there so you get notified. Ding, ding, ding. When the videos come in. And this video is about a prison murder that I saw in Attica prison. I'm going to tell you why it transpired. I'm going to tell you how it transpired and give you a little insight to how things could go down in there. See, one thing I was surprised about in prison was the fact that people tell on one another in there, that people rat each other out, that people snitch on each other. I always thought that code was going to go from the street, that people held on the street, into prison. But what I sadly discovered in there is that people drop slips on one another in prison. Even in the most serious maximum security prisons, people drop slips on one another, or what they call a kite on one another. And really, they call them slips. And what that means is someone will write information down on a piece of paper and then drop it into the mailbox so the prison administration gets it, telling on another prisoner's illegal or negative behavior. And the crazy part is that a lot of these prisoners do it, right, with nothing to gain. They do it with no worthwhile to do so. They do it for no profit. They do it because they have hate in their heart. They do it because they have animosity for the next man. Maybe the next prisoner has something that they don't have. Maybe the next prisoner who's dealing drugs didn't give them any. And so they have this hate in their heart. And this was about two guys that spent some time together. They were both younger black guys in about their 20s, their early 20s. And one of them went to a call out. And what I mean by a call out is like you may, during the course of the day, you may have to go to the doctor, you may have to go see your counselor, you may have to go to the package room, whatever it is, it's called a call out. And so this prisoner leaves for his call out. And when he leaves for the call out, he puts a letter in the mailbox. Now there's two mailboxes. There's one mailbox for institutional mail, and then there's another mailbox for outgoing mail, which is mail you're sending to the street, right? And so this guy is going on his call out and he drops a letter in the mailbox for institutional mail. It could be anything. You drop mail, institutional mail all day. You're sending your counselor a letter. You're writing your counselor a letter asking him to add a phone number to your phone list, whatever it may be. So this kid drops a letter in the institutional mailbox and then goes on his call out. But what happened was when he put it in the mailbox, the letter didn't go in all the way. Like you push it into the box so it falls in the box. But he didn't push it in all the way. And the tip of the envelope was still sticking out of the mailbox. And then when they called chow later on, like an hour or two later, his boy that he hangs out with went and pulled that letter out of the mailbox. Because prisoners pay attention to everything. Prisoners see everything. Prisoners hear everything if you're an alert prisoner. So anyway, he saw that his boy put this letter in the institutional mailbox, and out of curiosity, it intrigued him to go pull that letter out. And he grabbed the letter and pulled it out. And when he pulled it out and opened it, it was a letter. It was a kite. It was a snitch slip to the prison administration. And it said, so-and-so in cell 25 picked up drugs on the visit yesterday, and he is selling drugs in the prison population. You should search his cell. And he realized his own boy that he hangs out with ratted him out. He caught him. He fucking found the slip in the mailbox. So now, of course, he doesn't say nothing right away, right? He goes to chow. I'm sure it's eating him alive, fucking tearing him up inside. He goes to chow, and then, right? So I'm hearing everything. I hear this guy talking now to one of his other boys, what they call ear hustling. I got my ears open all the time, my eyes open all the time, as many prisoners do. I said they pay attention to everything around them. So what I'm saying is I hear little whispers that something's going to happen, quietly. And that night when we go into the yard, right? Anytime you go into the prison yard as well, there's a vibe. There's a normal feeling. I'm there 365 days a year. And you have segregated groups, as I always say. The Jamaicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Bloods, the Latin Kings, the white guys, the Mexicans, the El Salvadorians, the Trinidadians. Everyone's in their own group, right? And what happens is when guys go to the yard, Everyone doesn't just stay huddled in a group. Guys go and do their own thing for the most part. A couple of guys go play handball. A couple of guys go to the weight pile. A couple of guys go to the bathhouse to take a shower. People spread out and go do their thing, and then they always make their way back to their group where their group hangs out. But this time when I go to the yard, right, and so you know the feel every day. You know the way, if things seem normal, if things are flowing normal, but if things are not flowing normal, you get that feeling too. And when I go to the yard, I see that this one group is really huddled together. They haven't spread out and lifted weights and went to handball, and they're huddled together. And so this catches the eye. It is out of the normal routine, right? And prison is about routine. So I put two and two together, of course. I know there was some whispers on my company because both these guys were on my company. And now I see him in that group, and that group is huddled together. And so I tell all my boys, listen, keep your eyes open because something's going to go down. Something's going to go down. I can feel it. And so the guy that dropped the slip, the one that put the rat slip in the mail, and the guy he told on are together in the yard, right? This guy that dropped the slip don't know he was caught by his boy. He don't know his boy knows nothing. His boy was hating on him, right? And so his boy is also being patient. And they're in the yard and they're chilling. When 9 o'clock comes, 9:30, when the yard closes, they start going towards the door to go back into the prison. This is when a big group forms and guys start walking into the prison. And I tell my boys, fall back a little bit, stay out of the group, you know what I mean? And I called this one right because we fall back, we're letting everyone else go in the group. And that's when he pulled out the big hammer, the big steel shank, and stabbed his boy 3-4 times in the back, murdering him. Boom, boom, boom. He hits him. And when he hits him, the guy drops on the floor. The crowd disperses out. When the crowd disperses out, this is when the officers see everything, get on the speak. Everyone against the wall, lay on the floor right now. If you're near a wall, you get up against the wall. The rest of the guys in the yard drop face first in the mud. The guy in the gun tower comes out with the AR-15. Now he's watching everything, and the officers come running into the yard. And they discover the dead guy in the middle of the yard. Right? So it was very quickly. That's how it happens. It happens quickly. And so my point is this, fellas. My point is this, youngsters. My point is this, is that it happens that fast. And prison is no place to play around. Prison is no joke. Prison is a serious place. That guy obviously shouldn't have been a rat, shouldn't have been a snitch, because if he was, he'd be alive today. But guys think they're just going to go into prison and do whatever they want. It don't work like that. It's a different ball game in there. That was one of the many stabbings and murders that I would see in the prison system. That's just one of many. You would see it all the time, man. And it's a serious place, and you guys want to live right, and you don't want to go in there. That's how quick a prison murder happens. Take care.